Welcome to the book of Isaiah, Yishayahu, Perek Yudal, chapter 14, the roast of Babylon. If we previously spoke about the downfall of Babylon, now we're speaking about Isaiah sort of mocking them and saying, wow, how have you come from being all the way up here to being all the way down here? And really being in such a dire situation. So after the downfall of Babylon, the verse begins, Perek Yudal, Pasuk Aleph, Ki yerachem Hashem et Yaakov uvachar od b'Yisrael. God will then have mercy for Jacob and choose Israel again. Vehi nicham al admatam. He will place the people of Israel back on their land. Venilva hager alehem. And converts will join the Jewish people. Venispechu al Beit Yaakov. They will be sort of rejoining and attaching themselves to the house of Jacob. The Gemara has a whole, the Talmud has a whole section about what this means about conversion, etc. I'm not going to get into that. Pasuk Bet, ulekachum amim vehevium el mekumam. Nations are going to take the Jewish people and bring them back to their place. V'nachalum Beit Yisrael al admat Hashem, and the people of Israel are then going to be back on the land of Hashem. And regarding the people who then inhabited the land in the meantime, la'avadimu l'shvachot, the people who then took the land, or the people who captured the people of Israel, are then going to be servants and slaves to the people of Israel. V'hayu shovim l'shovehem, the Jewish people are going to be are going to capture those who captured them. V'radu benogsehem, and they will persecute those who persecuted them. Pasuk Gimel, and the day that Hashem is going to let you off of your pain and what's angering you, and from the difficult work that was that you've been subjugated to, you are going to then say the following about the king of Babylon. Now, heads up, you will see a lot of geography here. And if you're not familiar with Babylonian geography, it's okay, don't feel bad about it. And it's a lot of puns on the names of places in Babylon. You should say the following parable about the king of Babylon. How has the person who's enslaving others, a taskmaster of others, stopped working himself? And Madheva, the place of that was a gold mine to you, stopped working. Shavar Hashem mater reshaim shevet moshlim. Hashem has broken the staff, the stick of the wicked, the scepter of the rulers. Makeh amim be'evra. The God is the one who strikes the nations with anger. Makat bilti sarah, a strike that never stops. Rodeh ba'af goyim. God pursues with his anger, the nations. Mordaf belichas, he chases them without stopping, without sparing them of any of it. Nachash akta kol haaretz patzchu rina. Then at some point the land has already stopped working. Stopped hurting, stopped being under persecution, and that's when it breaks out in joy. Now is the time where we are asking, what happens when Babylon loses? Who is celebrating? Gam broshim samchulach. Even the trees called the brosh, even they rejoice when Babylon has its downfall. Arzei Levanon me'az shachavta. The cedars of Lebanon are going to rejoice since the downfall of Babylon. Why? Lo ya'aleh koret aleinu. They say, oh, the one who cuts our trees, he's not going to be here anymore. And this is a bit of a strong language. She'ol mitachat ragzalecha. Even hell is preparing for your arrival, and it's getting a shake-up. Orer lecha refaim. The ghosts and those who are down there in the abyss in hell, they are waking up to greet you. It's you, the king of Babylon, who shook up the land and persecuted so many kings. He's about to come here. And now in verse 10, Pasuk Yod, everyone's going to look and say to you, you too have now suffered the same fate as us. You too have a downfall. You've been just like us. So basically, there's no lost love there. So when Babylon lose and when Babylon are defeated, everyone's happy. Hurad sheol geonecha, the your greatness and your pride has brought down to the abyss. Hemiat nevalecha tachtecha, the sound and music of the various instruments that you have, the sort of the harps, they are silent. Yutzarima, the sound of all these harps. Turns out what you have is the worms that are under something that dies. That's all that's above and below you. Basically, you, Babylon, have been so great, but not so great anymore, huh? Eich nafalta mishamayim. How have you fall all the way from the skies to the bottom? Halil ben Shachar, you, Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, who've been like the star of the morning. Sorry, cries, huh? Tears. It's tough. Nigdata la'aretz cholesh al goyim. You have been cut down to the land, the one who oversees nations. V'ata amarta bilvavecha. You said in your heart, Hashamayim ele, I'm going to go up to the sky. Mimale kochvei el arim kisi. Above the stars of God, I will lift my seat. Ve'eshev behar moed b'yarketei tzafon. And I will sit in the mountain of Zion. You said, I will dwell in the mountain of Zion. Well, guess what? Things are tough for you now, huh? You, Nebuchadnezzar, said the following. You're like, I am too cool to be with humans. I will be like God. I'll be like on the clouds, right? He's living in the clouds. No. Sorry, Nebuchadnezzar. You wanted to live with the clouds? Sorry, you're going down to the abyss, to the bottom of the pit. Ro'echa, pasuk tetzain, verse 16. Ro'echa elecha yashgichu elecha. Those who see you are going to turn to you and look at yashgichu. They'll look at you. Elecha itbonanu. They'll look at you and be like, Hazeh ha'ish margiz ha'aretz marish mamlachot. Is this the man who shakes the land up and makes so much noise in every kingdom? Sam tevel kamidbar. He's the man who made the world like a desert. Rav haras, and he destroyed cities. Asirav lo patach baita. Those who he took captive, they never got out, huh? Even when he sent people out of jail, they were still captured with their shackles. Yudchet kol malchei goyim kulam shachvu bechavod ish beveito. All the kings of nations, they all laid in honor every man in his house. And you, all the nations that you defeated, okay, so the king went to his house. But you, what happened to you, Nebuchadnezzar? Ve'ata hoshlachta mekivrecha. You've been thrown out of your grave. Kenetzer nitav, like a tree sapling that has been despised, rejected. Levush harugim, you're filled with the bodies of the lives you've taken. Metoanei cherev, those who are with a sword are with you. Your dale of nebor kefeger muvas. With you, all the people that you killed, now you're going down like a defeated body. Lo techaditam bekvura. You, Nebuchadnezzar, will not rejoice like your victims. Your victims at least had a burial. You have destroyed your own land. Amcha aragta. You have killed your own people. Lo yikare leolam zera mereim. You'll never ever be called like a great guy. Even your sons are going to be gone, and no one's going to be their friend. Pasuk Chafal 21. Hachinu levanav matbeach ba'avon avotav. They prepared for his sons a terrible feat because of the sins of their father. Bal yakumu ve'ershu eretz. Your sons will not inherit the land. Umal upnei tevelarim. They will not inhabit even other cities. Here it gets very intense. V'kamti alehem noam Hashem tzvakot. I will rise on them, says Hashem. Ve'ichrati lebavel shem u'she'ar v'nin v'neched noam Hashem. I will cut off from Babylon any remnants, anything remaining, any descendant and offspring, says Hashem. V'samtiha, here's a pretty tough one. V'samtiha lemorash lekipod. Kipod is a porcupine. The entire Babylon is going to be inhabited in dissolution by animals. There's going to be a porcupine there. Vagmei maim, and there's just going to be swampland. V'teitiha, hard word. How many letters? 8 letters in Hebrew is not common. I will sweep it up b'matatei hashmad, with the broom of destruction. Neum Hashem tzvakot, and so says Hashem, I will sweep it up. Nishba Hashem tzvakot le'emor. Hashem swears by His own name, if not like I did, if not just like I envisioned, that's exactly what's going to happen. What I advise is going to happen. Nebuchadnezzar is going to suffer. Lishbor Ashur be'artzi, and the Assyrians are going to be devastated and broken in my land. Val haraya vusenu, and on my mountains they'll be defeated. V'sar me'aleim ulo, and then the yoke of Babylon is going to be gone away from them. V'sar, it's going to go. The yoke of Nebuchadnezzar is going to be gone. V'subalo me'al shichmo yasur. The pain that he causes is going to be removed from his shoulders. Zot ha'etzah ha'yeutza al kol ha'aretz. This is the advice I'm giving you with regard to the entire land. V'zot hayad netuya al kol hagoyim. We had this before, and this is my hand that's still stretched over the nations of the world. Why? Ki Hashem tzivakot ya'at, because God Himself has advised this. Umi afer, who can violate this? V'yado ha'netuya, and His hand is still stretched out. Umi yashivena, who can return this? When was all this prophecy given? Bishnat mele. Sorry, this is more of an introduction. Sorry. Starting over at verse 28. Bishnat mot hamelech Achaz hayam asazeh. In the year that Achaz died, that is when the following prophecy took place. And this is a prophecy about the Philistines, Plishtim. This is when you have the transition between Achaz to Chizkiyahu. Al tismechi pleshet kulech. Don't be so happy, the Philistines. You're excited, right? Because you raise your hands in the days of Achaz, so you're able to rebel against Israel. Al tismechi pleshet kulech. Don't be so happy. Ki nishbar shevet makech. Yes, the stick that struck you is broken. Ki mishorish nachash yitzetzefa ufiryo saraf me'odfev. Meaning, from the snake that is hitting you, which is rare to say this, from the snake, meaning Chizkiyahu, from the snake that is hitting you, there will come another snake, and it's going to come from you a snake that goes even faster. And in the days of Israel, the poor Israelis that you persecuted are going to be able to graze safely. The firstborn of the poor, the poor people are going to dwell safely. I will kill and destroy with famine your root, and He's going to destroy whatever remains from you. And now we continue, verse 31. Heilili sha'ar zaki ir. Please, gate of the city, cry out the city. Namog pleshet, the Philistines have melted away. Namog pleshet kulech, ki mitzafon ashan ba, because from north smoke comes, ve'ein boded b'moadav, and there's nobody who is lonely where he is, where this prophet of God calls out. Verse 32, last verse. Umayane malachei goy ki Hashem misad Tzion uvayechesu aniyei amo. What will they say in the days of Chizkiyahu, the kings of Israel? What will they say? That Hashem has established Zion, and there is where the poor people are going to find shelter, the poor people of Israel, made famous in the liturgy of Lecha Dodi, the song written by Rabbi Shlomo El-Kavatz of Tzfat. He writes, Bach yechesu aniyei ami. In you, God, where the poor people are going to find shelter. That's referring to this verse. Verse 32, it's been a long chapter. It's not an easy chapter, the 14th chapter. We've seen the roast of Babylon. We've seen how Babylon's about to have its downfall and how everyone's going to be happy then. Follow up with us for the roast of Moab. Next verse, next chapter, Parak Tetvav.